Good evening, everyone. Hope you're doing well. Glad you guys are here. Let's see who's here before I get going just in 1 second. A little bit of a delay, but I can see you now. I didn't know how to see you guys last week, but I'm glad you guys are here. So tonight we're going to talk about I'm telling you, this is the easiest website ever. One of the things I absolutely hate is, especially when I got going, was having this website and you're like, let me go in and update everything and like update the inventory and all this other stuff. I hated that. It was a pain. And what I wanted to show you tonight is a way that you can create a very simple website that looks good, that gives your customers detail without having to have a lot of brain power behind it. Literally, I did this yesterday. I'm going to show you the website that I did yesterday. And I see Brad's here. Welcome, Brad. I did this website yesterday because I needed to create kind of a website for our wholesale deals. And so what I did was I basically threw this website together. I'm going to show it to you here in 1 second. But literally, I was done with it in like 30 minutes. Super duper easy to kind of build. Super easy to kind of get your properties listed. Very simple stuff. And basically, we're going to go through and build this tonight. The other thing too is the service that I'm using to do this. Well, they have a free plan. So you can use free, but they also have a pro plan, and their their pro plan is $8 a month. And you know what? I'm going to give someone on tonight's call at the end. So you got to stay here to the end. If you want to win, you got to stay here to the end. I'm going to give you a lifetime subscription to this particular company. This company is not sponsoring this live stream or this session. It's something I'm going to pay for it. And if you don't win, I'm also going to tell you how, or show you how you can also get a lifetime kind of plan, lifetime deal, if you will, for this particular thing, if this is something that you want to use. I'm also going to show you how we can build this into ProcessModo so that basically we can connect or collect information when they want to buy. Now the website kind of has that built into it, but I'm going to show you what I did that I think is kind of super cool. I'll show you how I tied it into ProcessModo. Let me flip over and show you the website that I built. This is it. It's at landarb.net. You can go over and check out landarb.net and see for yourself what it looks like, but I'm just going to give you a quick tour. What you'll notice is obviously I've got a banner up here. I've got some text. I can change this text. I can remove this text. I can have like some filters, like where are you looking for land, or what type of acreage are you looking for, or what is the status, sold and not sold. And you or anybody else can come in here and they can change the order, like how they want to see it. Do you want to look for acreage up and down? Up, down, wholesale price, land arb down payment, location, group by different things. And if you come over here and look, you've got a picture right here on the front. You've got a title. In this case, I've got the location. We've got the status. You can see this one sold. Here's the description. We've got the acreage in here and the address, and of course the price. And you'll see I've got 4 properties listed up here. These are all sold, by the way. They all sold within like an hour. It was absolutely amazing yesterday. So essentially, you have this. Now, what if somebody clicked on one of these particular, and by the way, look, if you have multiple images, they can scroll through and see the multiple images, okay? So what if you wanted to get more detail on this? What if someone wanted to see this and get more detail? Well, no problem. Here is, more detail, and you'll see that I've got picture, and of course, I've got 3 pictures on here. I've got more details. I've got like the title, or in this case, the location, the status, the address, the price, property address, the size, the terrain. Well, this is all coming from the description. I've got the location, the acreage, a wholesale price, an APN number, and a way to text and ask some questions about the particular property. Now, why is this? What am I doing here? Well, what I'm doing is I'm using a service called SpreadSimple, and I'm going to show you how I did this in a second. And SpreadSimple is just a way that you can build what you're seeing here, the graphical interface, but the data resides in a Google Sheets. Okay, like literally, it's all in Google Sheets. So it's super simple to modify. It's super simple to customize and create like that on the fly. You can do this, and ultimately you can have a website up immediately. Now, what you're also not seeing on this particular website is you're not seeing the button because I took them all down. But if you have a link to like fill out a buyer's application, you can do that. And that's what I had yesterday. Is I had a button up that would take it to a buyer's application that they could fill out and of course charge their payment method, credit card. Or what if you wanted to have another link over to where you took GeekPay? You could do that as well. So that's what I'm going to kind of show you tonight, how I did that. But you could use a GeekPay link, for example, instead of a ProcessModo link. You can do it many different ways. Again, the underlying technology that I'm using here is both Google Sheets and a service called SpreadSimple. And again, I'm going to give away a lifetime subscription to the service SpreadSimple. It's called SpreadSimple. I'm going to give you a lifetime subscription to that if you stay to the end. So at the end, I'm going to ask you to do one thing, and we're going to pull someone at random, and whoever that random person is, they're the winner. Okay, so let's look at this. What I want to do is I want to come over to the SpreadSimple website, and here is the website that I'm talking about. And you can see that you can create blazing fast, websites using Google Sheets. Again, you can do this for free. You can do the pro plan. I'm giving away a pro plan tonight, one of the pro plans. Also, at the end, I'll show you exactly where you can get your own lifetime deal in case you don't win tonight. So I'll show you how you can get that, and it's very affordable. The other thing that we want to do is, before I get into building the website, what I want to show you is this. After somebody kind of is ready to buy, I want to put a button up here tonight that's going to allow them to come over here and invest in the property. So if they invest in the property, what this is going to do is it's going to take them to a ProcessModo form that looks like this. This is a form that I've created in ProcessModo. I have an entire workflow behind it. So once this gets submitted, the entire workflow kicks in. And you'll notice there's some things in here like description, property description. Well, it's not cool if you have them, the buyer put in the property description. That's no good. So I'm going to show you how to dynamically capture this over from the website. Same thing with the price down here. You'll see payment amount today. Well, the payment amount today is blank. So anybody could come in here and change it and put in there whatever they want. But ultimately, I don't want to do that. What I want to do is I want to have this populated dynamically so that whenever the form comes over, boom, it's right here. Okay, so that's what we're going to be doing tonight. Okay, so let's go over here, and the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take you into the system, simplespread.com. Here's kind of a here's my dashboard, if you will. And again, for those of you that are just joining me, I'm giving away a free pro plan, lifetime pro plan to this service tonight. You just got to be on at the end. I'm going to ask you to do something, to make a comment, and we'll get that. Okay, here's the thing. What's cool about this is that I can come up with all of these different like templates and everything. Okay, so they're coming up with different templates. This is a real estate template, and the one that I'm using over here, well, this is from the real estate template. This is the real estate template. It looks a little bit different because you can customize it, but you'll see like sushi restaurant, furniture store, Oculus products, emojis, t-shirts, a job board. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter if the template matches exactly, because the template is completely customizable to whatever it is that you want to do. Now, yeah, here we go. Okay. So here's the deal. What I'm going to do is I have this Google Sheets already populated here. So let me show you what I have. I have an existing Google Sheets document, But literally, you can create your own Google Sheets, or even if you use this template, for example, if you use this template, well, then what it will do is it will automatically load in a sample template that you can then go in and modify. But I created my own, okay? Like, so in Google Sheets, I have like the APN number, the state, the county, the address, the status, details, you know, a way that they can contact us. What's a phone number that they can contact me on? The acreage. You'll see on here it says comp link. So I didn't end up using this one, but what if I wanted to give them a link so that they can see some comps? Or wholesale price, land ARB, down payment, monthly payment. Okay, so I can put in all this stuff. And you'll notice I already have in here 3 image fields, 1, 2, 3. And then I also have this thing called a location, and the location is using a concatenate that's combining 2 fields together. So you can use actual formulas in your Google Sheets to combine data in together, but you'll notice that I have 3 image files here where I can provide links to the individual image files. So what I've done is I'm going to take and I'm going to get the shareable link. I'm going to get the shareable link here. I'm going to copy that link in Google Sheets. There we go. I got what I needed. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over back into SpreadSimple, and I'm going to paste that link right here. Boom. And I'm going to hit continue. Okay, so now what it's doing is you'll see that this is now generating a like the mock-up for me. This is showing me the mock-up. And so this is the template that just got loaded. You'll see like I've got this banner image up here that I can change, and I can put in the text that I want to. But right off the bat, look at what it did. It made the website so simple, so simple. Like right off the bat, I have something that's workable. The other thing is that I haven't loaded a domain over here yet, but I could load a domain. And like you'll see, like in that example I showed you, it was landarb.net. Well, I went to Google Domains, registered the domain landarb.net, and said, "Hey Google, point it over to the IP address that this company SpreadSimple told me to point it to," and it showed up within a matter of minutes. It's just that fast. So you can literally have a website up tonight. It's the coolest thing. And again, for those of you just joining, I'm giving away a pro plan of this tonight. You just got to be here to the end. So just stay tuned. All right, let's go back. This is cool because what you'll notice is that I can, if I want to make changes to my spreadsheet, I can do so. So like if I want to, change something over here, I can change it, or a column header, I could always change that over. And I just have to hit the refresh key, or I can change the source. So let's say I don't want to use this spreadsheet anymore. I want to use a different one. I can change the source. You'll notice I have 2 different views. I have a list view, which is what I'm looking at right now. This is the list view, or I have a details page. So what this is saying is that on the item list, which is what I'm looking at right now, what do I want as the title? Okay, so what do I want to be the title here? Do I want it to be a link or maybe a headline? And that's one thing I don't have in this spreadsheet here is a title. So let's go over here and let's add this. Let's add a title to this. So I'm going to put the title right here before the description. Let's insert to the column to the left, and I'm just going to call this title, and we'll call this awesome 5-acre property, and we'll call this one an awesome 3-acre property, and we'll call this one must sell this 1-acre property. And this one is a double lot. Must see. So look, very simply, very quickly, I've got my titles in here. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to come back over here to the website, and I'm just going to hit refresh to the engine. I'm just going to hit refresh because I just added that field for title. And if I scroll down, look, here's title. It's there. Boom. So now all of a sudden, you'll see my title appears right here. There it is. 5-acre, 3-acre, must sell 1-acre. Right there. It all appears. Then it's saying, well, what do you want as the subtitle? And what I want as the subtitle is like the county, for example. So you'll see the subtitle gets populated here. Or maybe what I want to do is provide them with a little bit more than just the county, because maybe there's 2 Apaches. So that's why in my spreadsheet, I went in here and I created a column that's called location. And this is a concatenate field. This is a formula that's combining multiple fields together. You'll see it's combining column B with a hyphen and column C. And if I come back over here to column B and C, you'll see it says Arizona Apache. So I have this field that's a formula, and I'm able to use formulas in my particular website. So here we go. We're going to change this subtitle to the location. Let's just change this to the location, for example. Boom. So now I have this as the location. Now, this next piece that's showing up here, well, this is the description, right? So this is saying text, and you'll see I have it as details. But I could change it to anything. So we've got that. Notice this too. It's saying, what's the price? And the price is coming up with county. Well, that's ridiculous. So let's come up with the price. Let's just call this the price right here. Boom. So now look at the price. The price shows up down here. That's looking good. I've got my text. And again, look, for my images, you'll see it's coming up with, these are the fields that it tried to put in for the images. And it makes no sense to have APN number as an image, does it? No, so we're going to get rid of that. And that solves a problem. And look, this is giving me a view of it as I'm creating it in real time. And if you need help adding images, there's great help here where they talk about how to configure the images and show you how to do everything. The other thing that I thought was really, really cool is that the downside, I mean, it's not really a downside, but it's the reality, is that this system does not have like file storage. So you're not going to take your images and put them somewhere. However, what you can do is you can put these images in other places. So as an example, they're showing you that, like, they're showing you how to connect with this service, or they're showing you how to connect with post image. I mean, look at post image. This is a pretty cool website. I didn't even realize that this was here, but look at this. On post image, for example, I can come over here and I can choose how I want to resize my images. Okay, so I can put resized images in here, and I can upload my images. So literally I can come over here and just choose an image. So let me just choose like a thumb. I think I have a thumbnail even from tonight, right? Like here's the caveman can do it. There it is. So here's the image. Look at this. This is the image I had from earlier today. And you'll see like it's actually giving me a link right here because this is now stored on their server. So if I don't have a way of storing images, I can use post image to store my images. And it's giving me a direct link right here so that I can put that in there. Or if I want a hot link so I could take you right back to here and see the full image, here it is, okay? Now, this is free. Like this is a free website, and you can also like remove that image. And I'm gonna go ahead and remove it. So like I'm just gonna come over here and remove it. But you know what? Let's not remove it yet. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come over here and I wanna take the direct link. I'm gonna take this direct link and I'm gonna put this on one of the properties. Let's come over to our images file and put this right here. Put it right there. Boom. Okay, now watch this. Here I am. I just posted that in there. I'm gonna come to my template where I'm working on my website. I'm gonna hit refresh of the data. And look, there's my caveman picture. Is that fast and easy or what? Like literally you're using a spreadsheet to manage your entire website. A VA could do this and it updates in real time. There's no more going to like, oh, let me go over here, let me go over there, let me do this, let me post and it's easy. Is this not easy? Tell me this is not easy. It's easy. Yasser says, it's easy, good stuff. Yeah, it's good. I'm telling you, this is really good, but you haven't seen anything yet. All right. Brad's like, that's crazy. I agree, but you haven't seen anything yet. Watch this. We haven't got to the good stuff yet, so stay with me. And remember, I'm giving this away. All right. Okay, so we have our images down here, and you'll see I can do, keep the aspect ratio. I can allow my visitors to choose different columns. And what do I mean by that? Like if I come in here, I want them to be able to change things. So like state, for example. So let me hit state, and I'm just going to hit save, and we'll see what happens. So okay, I'm sorry. These are the specifics. Sorry. I got out of place. Now, what the specifics do is, see how I chose state right here? Well, right over here, it's showing me the state, so I can get details. Well, I don't really care about having the state down here because I have it up here. But maybe there's some other things I want to put in here, like a phone number. Here, contact me. You got questions? Contact me. What if I also want to put in like maybe the down payment? Like, boom, look at that, the down payment. Now, this might be a little too much. I might want them to be able to drill down, so I might not put these two fields there. I think that's looking pretty good. So this is, to me, this is looking pretty good. You'll also, I can change the style. I have these boxes. I can change them over to something like this. That's what I was using, but you can go like this. You can make them thinner or the wider ones. And you can enable search, you can enable filters. So you can say, oh yeah, let's let them filter it. Let's let them filter by state, and let's let them filter by acreage. And let's just leave it for that for right now. Do I want them to be able to sort? Yeah, let's sort it too. And look, see, it's adding the sorts and the filters for me. All that's up here. Well, how do I want them to be able to filter or sort? Well, no one's going to sort by APN number. No. No one's going to sort by address. No. Status, maybe. Title, no. Details, no. Phone number to contact me, no. Acreage, yeah. No. Price, okay. Sort by price, that makes sense. Sort by down payment or monthly payment. I'm going to get rid of these links. No one's going to sort by a picture. So you see, all I'm doing here is I'm like filtering in what I want them to see. Allow pagination, how many per page, hit save. This thing is building the entire website for me. And over here, I got these cards. Now, I don't like this header. You haven't seen even the header yet. This is craziness. And bringing your ideas to life. I want to be able to give people the ability to fill out the form so that they can like fill out a buyer's application. I want to know who they are. What's your name? What's your address? City, state, zip code. You know all the details. I want them to be able to fill that out. And I also want to take a credit card for the down payment. So what I'm going to do is I've got that ProcessModo form that I showed you. I got the ProcessModo form that I had shown you. And I'm just trying to reconfigure something here. Okay. I'm sorry about this. It's not coming up. There it comes. I want that one. And then I don't want that one. And okay, so here's the ProcessModo form that I have. Okay, like this is, you'll see this is on ProcessModo. And so all I really need to do here is to use this as a link, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to send my buyers from my website over to this form because I want them to fill this out. So all I got to do is come back into my database or my website. And watch what I'm going to do here is I'm going to, in the link, I'm just going to put the link to that ProcessModo form. It's this form right here. This is what it says. Is this a term sale, cash sale, the description, how many buyers, and all this other stuff. You'll see like all of that's there. But what I want them to do is I want them to be able to click on a button here somewhere, and then it takes them over to this form where they will fill it out, and I can charge their credit card. That's the goal here. So I'm going to take this link, this public link from ProcessModo, and I'm just going to copy down to there. Boom. There we go. It didn't work. What happened? Copy, paste, paste. Okay, now I've got it. So now let's go back into our website generator, and you'll see it's showing me now a button. See the add button? And I can change this to be whatever I want. Do I want them to buy it? No, I want them to invest. Okay, like I don't want anybody to buy, I want them to invest. Or maybe create some urgency, invest now. And then I'm gonna hit apply. But look at the other things I have. I can do an order form. And if I use an order form, then some of these other things like checkout's gonna work for me. Or do I want it to be able to go to the details page? Or do I wanna embed a pop-up link and I can use iframe? Well, guess what? You can also use iframe. You can use iframe from ProcessModo. You can create a form that has iframe in it and apply that, but I'm just going to use the link. Let's just apply it. So now all of a sudden, what I have is when I hit save here, let's see here. Let's refresh this. And that looks good. And choose columns. Okay, so let's go over to our details page, and we're going to enable the detail page. And now on the detail page, this is what it's going to look like as well. So you'll see like it's coming up with some weird things over here. So what do I want up here? Maybe, now this is the detail page. This is what they're going to see when they drill down into the property. So for this, maybe for the title, maybe I want this to be title. Here we go. Route URL. So this would be like maybe the APN number. Okay, so I want them to be able to go to the APN number. That would be the URL route in the top of the screen. So this is going to say my title. That looks good. My location. Now the next thing that's coming up here is the price, and you'll see the price is choosing the county for whatever reason, but I actually want the price to be there. So I'm going to choose price. So see how the price gets populated. The next thing is details, and that's fine. I've got all of these images, and you'll see I only have one image loaded, so it's not really doing anything. But it's also bringing up that APN field, and I don't want that. So I'm going to get rid of that. And again, I only have one image loaded, but there it is. Keep the aspect ratio. You'll see what I did there, because otherwise it's looking square like that. So I want to be able to keep the aspect ratio. I can change that. Again, I can do all of this, and I also have my add or invest now button. And for some reason, that link is not, wait. I think I know what I did. Let me go back. See, it's not populating that button, so let's look at this. Invest now. Oh, see, the link for the redirect should be in the link field. I did that. I made a mistake on that too. So let's hit apply. See how it has the invest now button? Let's go back and fix this on my items. Invest now, and where I want it to go to, I want it to go to the link, whatever I have in the link. Here we go, boom. So now what I have is an invest now button. Do you guys see the power of this? Like, again, I'm blown away. I can literally have a VA just like manage the website on the fly. And the cool thing that I'm thinking about is that in this year, 2021, the next things that the LG Pass developers are working on is outbound webhooks. Okay, so you'll be able, like, I'm going to have them create the webhook that you hit add to website, and it will feed to a Google Sheets that you can then populate from. Or we'll have to look at WordPress as well. But this is simple, easy, and that's the whole thing about this. It's the more I can make my life easy, the better. And honestly, guys, it hasn't even gotten to the coolest parts yet. So if you're blown away yet, hang on a second. Let's keep going. Man, okay, so here I go. I've got my website, and Michelle's like, yeah, it's slick. It is slick. This is a great system, well thought out system. It's really impressive. Okay, so here's my content. I do have some checkout pages, so it will link with, I can have an email sent, and I can have cart. I can actually have a cart put in place, and I can integrate with webhooks for Zapier automation. And remember, webhooks also integrates with ProcessModo as well. PayPal, checkout. We can come in here and put in settings. So you'll see like I can swap languages. So if you look, for example, see where it says default order. Well, I don't know Spanish, but I do know that when I changed this to Spanish, like the default order changed, and so did the search. So there is some language translation built in there, which is pretty cool. You can have additional scripts like Google Analytics. You can make sure that your SEO is there. You can upload your logo, your favicon, your meta text, meta descriptions, everything, all there. Here's another cool thing. Check this out. Sometimes people want to know who you are, and maybe you want to put like an about page, about me. And sometimes that's a pain. Check this out. I mean, this is blowing me away. Add a page, and you'll see it says add a page, and I could come over here and just say about me. And this is using Markdown, okay? And remember, for those of you that are just now joining, remember, I'm giving away a free plan for this service at the end. So you got to be here at the end. I'll tell you what to do. If you're here, someone's going to win a lifetime free plan. Okay, so you can use Markdown, you can bold it, whatever. But I'm just going to do this about me, and you'll see like menu item. Let's just call this about me. I'm not going to do a lot of modifications here. What do I want to be the page address? Like whatever, landarb.net/about me. Okay, do I want it to be in the same tab? Do I want it to open up a new tab? Look at the variations. Do I want it to be a menu link? Lots of ways I can do this. Do I want to hide this page from the menu? So maybe I have a secret page. So now let's go back to our website. Let's go back to the design stage. Where am I going here? Okay, hit save. Going back, and that's fine. Okay. The next thing I want to do is so I can have unlimited of these links. And you'll see that on the Pro plan, there's also lots of add-ons. So you'll see I could do Google Analytics, Tag Manager, Hotjar. I mean, MailChimp. I tell you guys to use MailChimp all the time. Zapier. Lots of different ways that you can integrate here and make it super easy to work with things. You'll see that Unsplash is there, etc. So all that's good. Now, let me show you what I didn't like. Okay, I don't know how to get back to the, how am I getting back to the, here, I'm going to leave here for a second because I want to come back. So let's just come back in here and manage the options. Okay. Look at this headline. Like, look at this thing up here. I didn't like this. I don't love this picture here. So I could always upload my own picture just like I showed you. But if I come over here to design, for example, I can come over here and we can change the background color, okay, to whatever we want. We have lots of modifications for our coloring system. Header, I can show a header. That's this thing up here. See, my About Me shows up here. So I can have a header up there, or I can have a compact menu that has these lines that people can kind of click and do that. So I can change it up many different ways. Do I want a transparent background like this? Look at that. Like I can now feed this into the picture. Is this guys, is this not easy? John's like, this is definitely like easy. I agree. What's the color? Upload my image, footer, copyright, whatever you want to put in there. Look at this intro. Look at this. Bring your ideas to life by Land. Okay. What do we want the subtitle to be? Because it's great. Okay, I can change my font colors. I can do many different things. Here we go. Check this out. I don't like this image. So I can either upload an image, okay, or what I can do is I can search Unsplash for an image. So let's just say I want to put in land, for example. Look at this. This is nice right here. Let's go to this one. Boom. By land, because it's great. Or I can change it so that it's larger, almost like a landing page that you come down to. So I have different options. I can, again, put in more content here. And see, I'm starting to add this down into here if I wanted to do that. Okay. So we have a very powerful platform here that we can, do whatever we want to, build a very nice website. But now let's look at this. I want you to look at what happens here. What happens when they click this Invest Now button? So what happens is it's going to take them over to ProcessModo. If you don't know what ProcessModo is, it is an entire workflow system that will allow you to build workflows for your business. Every person that has a ProcessModo account, basically every organization has their own unique ProcessModo URL that's for their organization. So, essentially this is for Everland Equity, for example, and Everland Equity, this is their ProcessModo account. Every user on ProcessModo has their own inbox. So if I come over here, this is a demo account here, but this is my inbox for ProcessModo. And I can come in here and I can work my inbox and do the work that I've been assigned. I can see different status reports of different forms. I can get reporting and I can check out different activities. But I can also have public pages, and public pages basically allow my customers to do different things. So this website that you're on right here is in fact a public page. And what I told you is that what I didn't like is I didn't like the fact that I would dump someone here and that they would have to say, well, description, I don't know what the description is, or price. I want this stuff populated for them automatically. And what ProcessModo basically allows us to do is it allows us to add fields dynamically. So this is called the EE purchase form. And this is the breakdown of the forms here. Okay, so this is the form that I'm looking at. And if I come up here to description, for example, this one right here, and I do the drop down, what you'll notice is under advanced, what I have is this form and it's checked and it says allow this field to be populated dynamically and give it a parameter like D. Okay, I can call this whatever I want. I can say like property or APN. Okay, so let's just use APN for now. So let's hit update on that one. And I'll show you what we're going to do with this whole APN thing. What I'm telling ProcessModo is, hey, when someone arrives onto this form, in the URL up here, if it has APN equals whatever, put it into this field. That's what I just did. And you'll notice that down here for the payment amount, I also have this being populated dynamically with the parameter pay. So what I'm going to do here is in my spreadsheet where my data is, and Kashal says cool beans. I agree, Kashal, cool beans. All right, so in my spreadsheet here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a parameter that, and the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to put a question mark in the URL. So this is the URL that I got from ProcessModo. I'm going to put a question mark there, and I'm going to put APN number equals, and let's just call this, I could go over and put in this. Maybe. No, I couldn't. I could build a formula. I'm not going to do it right now. I'm just going to do this. APN equals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's what I'm going to do. And pay equals the wholesale price. In this case, it's $31.25. So I'm just going to type in $31.25. So if you look at this URL, if you look at what I'm putting there, I grab the URL from ProcessModo and I'm saying, hey, add these keys to this. APN number is this, and the pay amount is this. So now, when my buyer is working on my website, let me close this down. When my buyer is working on my website like this, I need to come over here and hit refresh, by the way. Let me refresh this thing. Hit refresh. When they come over here and they're ready to invest now, look at what happens. Look at the APN number. See how the APN number and the property get pushed up into the URL of ProcessModo, and then the description gets populated automatically. And then when that gets populated, so did the credit card amount. So now all of a sudden what I'm doing is I'm telling my website, send them to a buyer's application on ProcessModo, pre-populate the APN number, and pre-populate the price so that when they get there, I know, really my team knows that when this thing gets processed, boom, it's going to be there. Like the APN number's there, we don't have to guess what property it is. And the amount of the down payment or the purchase price or whatever I'm trying to achieve gets populated automatically. That's a big time savings. Now, what you're not seeing is on ProcessModo, I have an entire workflow that's built into this. And the workflow basically says, hey, it sends the sales application, the buyer's application, it sends it to my to my sales manager. Sends that to my sales manager, and it also sends the credit card and payment information to the bookkeeper. So there's multiple workflows that get fired off of this particular application being submitted. The other thing is that let's just say that you wanted to tie this into GeekPay, for example. Well, GeekPay provides you can go and do a down payment link. Well, the thing, and I've got Mark work on this. The thing about the down payment link on GeekPay is that you can give that to somebody and they can like put in their information, but then you don't really know their address and their phone number. It doesn't come to you. Now, Mark tells me he's working on that. But what if I could now, from my website, send them to this form, that they fill out this form first. And then when this form gets submitted, I can tell ProcessModo, when the form is submitted, send them over to this other link. And that the other link could be on GeekPay where they make their down payment. You see how I could do that? I can bounce them from my website to a buyer's application and then over. But I don't even have to bounce them to ProcessModo because I can put in an iframe. If you don't know what I'm talking about, like I've covered this in other Process Thursdays, but you can build an iframe in there to where you can literally take this form and instead of hosting it on ProcessModo, you can now host it on this website that you just created. That's the cool stuff to me. Like there's so many opportunities here that just make web management easy. And that's what I'm looking for, easy. Back to the screen here. So what we have is we have this form that gets populated. And what you'll notice here is, let me go back to my spreadsheet for a minute. So I'm going to come back to my spreadsheet and I'm going to take this form link to this ProcessModo link. And I'm going to go down one. I'm going to go to my second property. And my second property, I'm going to change it. I'm going to take instead of being the APN number that starts with 1, I'm going to take that one to be this. And I just want to see something. For some reason, I feel like I should be able to do this, but I think I just have to build a formula. Yeah, I do. Okay, so 1875. Let's just change the pay amount on that one to 1875. So now, when I'm looking at what the website could be, I'm just going to hit refresh again. I just changed the link on this secondary property. Let's see what happens. So on the secondary property, look, it went to my second property and the 1875. Here's the second property APN number, and now I'm charging 1875 for it. So I hope what you're seeing is that this gives me a lot of flexibility. The other thing is on the details page, the same button exists, the Invest Now button. And again, if they invest here, look at it takes me back to the same thing. This thing is just crazy simple. Now, I don't like this cover picture, but okay, Eric Peterson would be like, no way, I'm not, you got to change that. And you can, but I'm going to roll with this tonight. When it's time to go live, and I'm happy with this, I can literally just hit publish, and you'll see that it's going to give me basically a URL here automatically. So it's giving me this URL, and it's telling me my domain will be here. But once I've upgraded to a pro plan, which again, I'm giving away tonight, a lifetime subscription to a pro plan. And I'm also going to tell you, if this is something that you like, how to get a pro plan. But essentially you can come over here and you could connect your own domain. And this is where I came in and just typed in like landarb.net. And you'll see it says, hey, go into your, I used Google domains, go make an A record and put this IP address in there. And of course they walk you through it. You hit save And next thing you know, your website, your URL is routed to here just quickly. I'm going to take this off for a minute and let's just hit save. And you'll see like this is now the URL that it's given me. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here. I'm going to put it in the chat. I'm going to put this URL in the chat. So you guys can go in there and check it out, because you know, you can go and see this for yourself. And the cool thing about this is that this thing is super fast. Like literally, you just saw, I just loaded it right here. That's how fast it is. Okay, so this thing loads fast, it's thorough. And again, if you're looking for some sort of a web foundation for yourself, or you're tired of messing with something that's more complicated, this is all you need. Honestly, this is all you need. Now, you don't have all the bells and whistles like, you know, pop-ups, and I don't even think the pop-ups are really add that much value. I think it annoys people more than anything, but your mileage may vary. Okay, so it depends on what you're trying to do, whether this is it. What I really wanted to spotlight tonight is the power that you have within ProcessModo to drive, you know, a form, for example, that you can now capture your buyer's information and do things with. So where am I going with this? The reason I'm even talking about this tonight is because, one, a lot of times people say to me, well, how do I get a website? I hear that all the time. Here you go. I'm making it as easy as I can make it. And I didn't even do it. Two is, I think that there's a lot of power in keeping your stuff on Google Sheets. In fact, a lot of land investors I talk to say, oh, I use Google Sheets for this other stuff. Cool, here you go. This service, they say they're going to connect with Airtable. What are they going to do with Airtable? I don't know, but that would be kind of a cool thing to go down the path to as well. And the last thing I would say is that look at what you can do when you capture the information of the buyer on a buyer's application. Like, you have this now, and now your teams can have workflows of what's going around it. And again, mine goes to the salespeople. But what we're going to do is in 2021, we're going to have webhooks in LG Pass. We're going to have technology built in that's going to allow you to capture in this data from a ProcessModo form or another form, and it will create the sale automatically in LG Pass. That's what they're working on next. So we have a lot of cool stuff in the pipeline for LG Pass, but also what you have here is you have some good technology within ProcessModo. If this is your first time here on a Process Thursday, I want to welcome you. Like, normally what I do is I go through my 7 steps to building a bulletproof process. I'm going to have a video coming out on this YouTube channel. So if you haven't subscribed to it, because you'll get alerted when that one comes out, it'll be in the next week. It's going to come out, the 7 steps to building a bulletproof process. I'm going to walk you through how I do it each and every time. And then also at the ProcessModo universe, you can go in there and see the other Process Thursdays, because I'm here working on my business every Thursday. So you're welcome to join me. Lastly, if you want to start using ProcessModo for your business, you can sign up at processmodo.com/pricing. You can go get your account, and every process that we've created on a Thursday, which is basically almost the entire business, from sales intake all the way to accounting, those are being put into the ProcessModo universe, where you'll be able to go and download the entire form and workflow and the process, upload it into your own ProcessModo account, and then you can go in there and tweak it. So you get the raw stuff that we created, and then you tweak it for your own business. And that's all available in a ProcessModo account for you. Okay, so I told you that if you stay to the end, I'm going to tell you what to do, and I'll tell you how I'm going to give this away. So here's what I'm going to do. Is in the comments, what I want you to do is I just want you to type in what you think the coolest feature was, but I also want you to put like #cool after it, okay, #cool. And that way what we're going to do is when this session ends, I'm going to go in there, I'm going to use technology to grab the winner, and then I'm going to notify everybody on this call who the winner was. And then I will send to the winner the code for a lifetime SpreadSimple Pro Plan. I'm going to give that to you. Okay, so in the comments, go ahead and type in greatest thing that you think is #cool. So I got John. I see John's. He's in there. Integration with right now with one submission. I can tell you, if no one else submits, John's the winner. I can tell you that for sure. So I don't know. Maybe you guys want to knock John out of the race. I don't know. As of right now, he's leading. The other thing is this. If for some reason you don't, look at Wes. Wes is coming in. The whole thing is cool. There you go. There you go. Brad's in. You guys got a 1 in 3 chance, 1 in 4 chance. Michelle's catching up. Yeah, how fast it was to set up, right? So easy. I got to tell you something. I love WordPress, but you know what? It takes forever to set up a WordPress site. It's ridiculous, all right? Yasser's in the house. You guys, John's like, I had it in the bag. Couldn't you just shut off the session? I'm just like running it out now to like give everybody a chance. Look, there's 14 people on this, and like, I don't see 14 comments. So as of right now, you guys have a good chance of winning. Okay, but look, if for some reason, Jerry's in the house. If for some reason you don't win, no problem, because I'm going to tell you how I found this thing. I found this thing on AppSumo, and if you're not familiar with AppSumo, it's a great place to, sometimes the software is like, but I found this, I tried it out, and I'm like, I love this thing. So I wanted to share it with you. So if for some reason you don't win, in the next 3 days, do yourself a favor. Go over and look, I'm not getting paid for this. I'm just telling you, like, I fell in love with this thing. You can go to AppSumo, go to the SpreadSimple website, and you can hit the buy now button for $59. You can have like 10 websites, or I guess 3 on the Pro plan. 3 on the Pro plan, or 10 just not on the Pro plan. Like for the rest of your life, okay? So super simple, easy. I see Ed's in the house. Oh, look at Yasser. James Butler's here, okay? Yasser comes in. Michaela's here. I got Michaela's. Adams is here. See, you guys are doing it. Look at Yasser. Yasser, I think, might have snuck in two entries. I don't know how we're going to filter that out. So I don't know. Maybe 2 entries is, in fact, I don't know. Maybe you just got to put in the hashtag. Who knows? All right. But you can get your own life. If you don't win, and I'm going to, after this ends, I'm going to go in. I'll use the technology, pull it random, and I'll tell everybody who it is that won. And I'll email you back, because I know for a fact I got everybody on here's email address. And if I don't have your email address, well, then message me and I'll tell you if you want or not. All right. Okay. With that, listen, I appreciate you guys joining. Go take some action tonight. Go. I'm going to tell you tonight who won, but essentially you can go in there and get a website going. Check out ProcessModo.com. Figure out how that can work for you. And I'm here every Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern time, building processes for my business. I invite you to come back and just see what I'm doing, kind of what I'm working on next. And if you have a process that you would like for me to build a ProcessModo for, so you can get your brain around it, then email me. You have my email address. Email me. And I've built other processes for other ProcessModo users. Send me what you're doing. Send me a swim lane, and I'll build it out in ProcessModo so you can see how all of the workflows come in and see how you can automate your business. With that, I will email you guys in probably about 10, 15 minutes who the winner is. And I'll see you guys next week. Take care and have a nice evening. Good night.